I've watched dragon dances at Troy for probably 10 years. And I think we're going to have to give a call out not only to the dragon dancers, but to their coach, Sunny Sue. Would you stand up if you're in the audience where we can see you? Now, I think you might agree it was not perfectly executed, but I will tell you that is the highest degree of difficulty that I have ever seen in a dragon dance on this campus, much less on a small stage such as this one. So it was really, really outstanding, dragon dancers. Now, that's not to put any pressure on the performances that come later. Good morning. It's my opportunity and my privilege to welcome you to Troy University. Some of you have come from a great distance. We're here this morning to celebrate what the students and their teachers have accomplished in just 2 very short weeks. A little bit about Troy University for those who have come a distance. We're a public university that was founded in 1887. And when we were founded, the founding motto was that Troy University was here to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act. And that is just as relevant today for the university as it was 126 years ago. And I think what we're seeing here this morning is a manifestation of the same kind of feeling. The university serves about 25,000 students worldwide. About 15,000 of those students are in Alabama on one of our 4 campuses, and the balance are outside. With programs that support students worldwide, with more than 1,000 students in Alabama, about 900 here on this campus, and about another 1,500 outside, 1,500 students outside, international students outside the country, and students here, again, making up more than 65 countries. There are 80 languages that are spoken on this campus every day, with an emphasis on internationalization of the curriculum. I think it comes clear that Troy is Alabama's international university. And more evidence of that international nature of the institution was the establishment of the Confucius Institute here in 2007. Confucius Institute is a nonprofit institute that is aimed at promoting Chinese language and culture and supporting Chinese teaching, the teaching of Chinese, through affiliated Confucius Institutes around the world. There are about 300 around the world, about 85 in the United States. Troy's mission as a Confucius Institute is to serve the state of Alabama. The headquarters for the Confucius Institute is in Beijing, China. The Confucius Institute at Troy is sponsored by a grant that is offered by the Office of Chinese Language Council International, more commonly known as Hanban. And it's there to promote Chinese language, culture, and language testing in Alabama, and to encourage support and business exchange between the people of Alabama and the people of China. What kind of activities does the Confucius Institute at Troy engage in? Routinely, they sponsor study abroad programs for students and for either educator or business developers. The student study abroad range anywhere from middle school, university, and even at this moment there are more than a dozen high school students in a Chinese bridge program who are winding down their stay in China. They're coming back on, I think, the 25th. And on a personal note, if I can make it, last year I was in the audience, and our 2 oldest grandsons participated in STARTALK. This year, those 2 grandsons right now are in Beijing as a consequence of having had their heads and minds and hearts engaged in what this is about. And they're having a good time. At least that's what they're telling us. And they're loving the food. At least that's what they're telling us. The Confucius Institute at Troy also sponsors language introduction and training programs as well as testing for youth, college age, and business. And it sponsors Chinese cultural and business development events in communities and college campuses throughout the state. The Confucius Institute at Troy is led by a very enthusiastic and a very capable leader, Dr. Hong Xu. Dr. Xu, would you stand to be recognized, please? She's supported in this program with two visiting scholars, Mrs. Sun and Ms. Bu. And Dr. Xu would also tell you that her husband, Dr. Feng, who you met a moment ago, who teaches on our Montgomery campus, is an invaluable assistant. I'm sure she would call him an assistant. And leader in the STARTALK program. And I should give a call out also for returning for the third year. First year as an evaluator, and the last 2 years as an instructor, Mr. Cheng Chen from Raleigh, North Carolina. Thank you, Mr. Chen. 2 years ago, Troy University, the CI, under Dr. Xu, competed for a federal grant, the STARTALK grant that Dr. Feng mentioned. And it was awarded the grant, very competitive. And last year, it received the award again. And that was, very few have gotten it twice. This is the third year, and that's just absolutely rare, and it speaks so much to the leadership and the effort that goes into this program from barely paid volunteers and very sincere participants as students or student teachers, as well as the efforts of the students. This year's STARTALK participants, the students come from 31 states. Nope, 31 students come from 7 states. Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Illinois, Ohio, Kansas. That makes 8. One of those doesn't count. And there are also 15 teachers here from North Carolina, Kansas, Georgia, and Alabama. By all measures, it's been a success for everybody who's been involved. And we're here this morning to share in the celebration of their success and to witness some cultural experiences and language skills that will set these students apart from their peers for years to come. Without further ado, let's sit back and enjoy a show that will reflect language, skills, and cultural awareness and performances that these students have developed over the past 2 weeks. And the notion of cultural awareness is very important because out of awareness grows understanding. And out of understanding grows the capacity for cooperation. And we here at Troy believe that that leads to a greater probability of world peace. So welcome to Troy, welcome to the STARTALK commencement, and let's move on with the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ingram. And in the next little while, we will enjoy a very short video show of the past 2 weeks of our walks, especially our talks. Some of you may not fully understand. Thank you.
尊敬的各位来宾、家长们、老师们，
亲爱的同学们，
大家上午好。
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 我是凯莉 My name is Kaylee.
我是主持人王英俊。Hello everyone, I'm Kale, and we are the hosts for this afternoon's event. 下面我们宣布2013年特洛伊大学新唐中文夏令营及孔子学院教师培训毕业演示现在开始。
Now let us enjoy the 2013 Troy STARTALK Student Chinese Summer Program and Confucius Institute Chinese Language Teacher Training Program graduation ceremony.
The next performance is called a fan dance. It is an elegant, traditional dance that our very own students will be performing today.
让我们欢迎美丽的舞者们为我们表演上舞年一湾。
花来花香，因为看一场花。
speech. Please give Angela Dahl a warm welcome. 下面有请老师代表熊安琪讲话。
Hello everyone, my name is Angela Dahl. I am one of the 14 participants in the Confucius Institute's Chinese language teachers program. My daughter Andrea, she is attending the STARTALK students program. 2 weeks ago, when I arrived at Troy University after a 13-hour drive from Kansas, I did not expect to find a daily schedule of getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, going through a jam-packed day filled with activities, learning, teaching, more teaching, some fun time, and finally finishing my day at 8:30 p.m. And after that, I still have to write a 500-word report before going to bed. But today, I feel so privileged to have gone through this outstanding teachers program. We were lectured by highly respected experts in the Chinese language education field. Dr. Xu, Mr. Feng, Mr. Chen, Dr. Liu, and Dr. Liu, together, they gave us more than 50 hours of instructional time. The program is the perfect balance of theory and practical knowledge. This is one of the best professional development programs I've attended, and I will be using what I learned when I return to my classroom this fall. During the past 2 weeks, all the teachers work with the STARTALK students. And boy, they are a wonderful group of kids. Every day, during lunchtime, dinner, and breakfast, we eat with your children and help them practice Chinese. We also help them learn Chinese culture by doing activities such as Chinese dance, calligraphy, martial arts, and traditional Chinese games. And you will continue to see them showcasing what they have learned throughout today's program. All of us in the teachers program truly enjoyed working with your children, and we also have had a lot of fun while doing it. There is a shortage of Chinese teachers in the US. Without highly qualified teachers, there will be no Chinese courses being offered in our schools. This is why the Confucius Institute's teachers program is so beneficial to our communities. Most of you would agree that Chinese language is one of the more difficult languages to learn. This is why we need qualified teachers, and more importantly, we need passionate teachers to help our students be interested in the language. Hopefully, they will become lifetime learners of the Chinese language. On behalf of all teachers in the teachers program, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Troy University, Confucius Institute, and STARTALK program. I would also like to thank Dr. Xu for being such a passionate educator and leading this outstanding program for all of us. And most of all, I would like to thank the STARTALK students because you have shown us the real reason we want to be Chinese language teachers. Thank you.
Up next, we have Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a traditional style of Kung Fu that is sometimes referred to as moving meditation. Let's welcome our students to the stage. 下面请欣赏功夫表演太极。 Please welcome our very own student representative, Amanda Nemesic. 下面有请学生代表来李爱薇同学讲话。
大家好，我叫 Amanda， 我的中文名字是艾薇，今年我16岁，我会说中文，我爱 STARTALK。For those of you who don't know Chinese, known to its speakers as either Hanyu or Zhongwen, let me translate what I just said. Hello everybody, my name is Amanda. My Chinese name is Ai Wei. I am 16 years old. I can speak Chinese. I love STARTALK. As you can hear, the STARTALK program has greatly improved my Chinese, but that's not the only gift it's given me. My Chinese name, Ai Wei, was a gift given to me by my wonderful Chinese teacher, Sherry, also known as Xianro. Sherry is one of the many teachers enrolled in STARTALK's teacher training program. In this unique setup, each teacher was assigned a small group of 2 to 3 students to personally mentor in the Chinese language. By no means were those teachers restricted to talking to only their assigned pupils, or vice versa. I've had the pleasure of speaking to all of the teachers here and have learned so much from them, so the teacher training program must be working. A big thanks, or 谢谢, to all of them. Thank you also to those staff who worked mostly behind the scenes, such as Ms. Cypress Liu, Mr. Ru Feng, and our fantastic photographer, Ms. Guoxing Sun. I'd like to give special thanks to our 2 main teachers, Chen Lao Shi and Xu Lao Shi, known to you as Mr. Chen and Dr. Xu. Of course I'm thanking them for the big things, like watching over and teaching Chinese to a group of 31 loud teenagers day in and day out, and teaching well. But I'm also thanking them for the small things. I'm thanking Xu Laoshi for staying up to wash the campers' red shirts because we needed them tomorrow. I'm thanking Chen Laoshi for standing up to gym managers in order to grant his students much appreciated activity time. I'm thanking both of them for their bottomless patience and all the other countless things they've done. Chen Laoshi was actually my first Chinese teacher, guiding me through Chinese 1 and 2 back at Enloe High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. I decided to take Chinese as I had always been fascinated by Oriental cultures and was captivated by the idea that collections of dashes and lines and dots could form tiny picture words. Yet isn't that every alphabet? Our own English language is composed of similar strokes and curves, and through them we are able to non-verbally communicate with innumerable people all over the world. China is a rapidly growing world power, and it's only logical that we learn their style of communication. Knowing Chinese lets me communicate with almost 20% of the world's population, and as an extra bonus, it's a fun language to learn. Yes, it's challenging, and yes, it takes a lot of effort, but it pays off when suddenly strange symbols are forming a different kind of word, and you can hear meaning in the conversation of a foreign tongue. STARTALK has allowed me to nurture both the Chinese language and my love for it. These past 2 weeks have been incredible. Sure, the language classes are sometimes difficult, but Chen Laoshi and Xu Laoshi have made sure that the classes are never boring. We've done in-class skits and group works and even hosted our own little market. The culture classes have also been incredibly fun, due in no small part to the coaches who worked with us day in and day out to make sure the performances you're seeing are the best they can be. So I'd like to say 谢谢, or thank you, to our Kung Fu master Wu Lei, our beautiful fan and umbrella dance teacher Chu Yutong, and our lion and dragon dance teacher, who on top of that managed to be an amazing counselor, Sunny Su. And of course, the classes wouldn't be nearly as fun without all the various personalities that fill them. So a big thanks to all the other campers here. 谢谢. You've made this experience so much more enjoyable for me, and I'll miss all of you after this final day is over. As the student representative, I'd like to say one big final thank you to Troy University and all the staff who've worked so hard to make the STARTALK program the best it could be. Congratulations, you've succeeded. I think I speak for all of us campers when I say we've enjoyed this program tremendously and we'll all be sad to leave. And who knows, you might just see us again next year. Thank you very much. 谢谢.
Thank you, Amanda, for sharing your insight with everybody. The next performance will be another traditional Chinese dance. It is a folk dance that was extremely popular during the Han Dynasty. This is called the umbrella dance.
请欣赏散舞， 采茶情歌。Please welcome our students to sing the song, Sorry, My Chinese is Not Good.
下面请欣赏小合唱，对不起，我的中文不好。
并不是一个人，我是以为你会相信。如果你喜欢倾听，你会发现我对不起，我的中文不好。对不起，对不起，我不知道你说什么。对不起，我的中文不好。对不起，对不起，我只想跟你当朋友。
欢迎光临里面坐，想这样是什么？
我要睡觉，
你的泪是不是？
我不累，我独自欢呼。我想要去睡觉，请你快点做。对不起，我的中文不好。对不起，对不起，我不知道你说什么。对不起，我的中文不好。对不起，对不起，我只想跟你当朋友。欢迎光临。
对呀，欢迎来韩语夏令营。Hello everyone, thank you for coming out to our summer camp and final performance. We just have a couple thank yous to make, so here we go. Thank you for our parents who are going to give us up for these 2 weeks. Thank you to our teachers for being so supportive and so wonderful. Thank you to Troy University for being such a gracious host to us. And thank you fellow counselors for making these 2 weeks awesome.
没关系，我的中文进步了。没关系，没关系，我还要跟你当朋友。没关系，我的中文进步了。没关系，没关系，我还要跟你当朋友。没关系，我的中文进步了。没关系，我还要跟你当朋友。没关系，我的中文进步了。没关系，没关系，我还要跟你当朋友。
The next act performed by our very own teachers represents what seems to be a typical day at Troy STARTALK, or is it?
下面请欣赏小品《心寒的一天》。
放课